Christ 17 TV back upside your head with another one. Today I want to go back in the time machine. Probably about 94, 95, when I started coming to my grandmother's house for the summer times almost every summer. And in 95 I met one of the closest friends I ever had in my whole life, and we still talk to this day, my bro Stick. And he was from Sacramento, I was from New York, and we ended up in fucking Tracy. And when I came out here to live for good, me and him met around the 4th of July. And when I was around there, the boy I knew since I was a young kid, like 5 or 4 years old, Ricky, him and his friends were into something me and Stick was not fucking with. All me and him was is drinking and smoking. All these other fools, I mean, as young as 12 and 13, these motherfuckers was on black tar heroin. And when I was younger, I used to see motherfuckers shoot up dope. I've seen my mom bring motherfuckers back to life. I seen motherfuckers OD and die when I was a kid. And this shit was everywhere. You be on the train, you be on the bus, you would see these motherfuckers on park benches. Nah, now. Back then, heroin was the most, how can I say it? The most fucked up drug. That and crack. So, when I'm over here and I'm in my boy house, Rick, these motherfuckers got plates, they got tar, they're breaking this shit down, cutting up lines, mixing the shit with lactose or whatever the shit was. And these motherfuckers are doing lines. And I'm looking, and they passing the plate to like a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old. But this motherfucker was already in the gang, big brothers, and they always doing the same shit. So when I seen this shit, I was like, you gotta be shitting me in this little ass town. In this little ass town of Tracy. I never seen nothing like this in my life where youngsters, I mean 13, 14, 15, 16, were on heroin like this. I mean, these motherfuckers were running around, screwdrivers, selling out, pull out fucking radios, whatever they can steal, they was selling. And me and my boy Stick was looking at this shit like, what the fuck's going on? Because he never came from no shit like this, and I never came from youngsters doing it. I was around grown folks and seeing these motherfuckers nine off dope, but when I fucking seen that, it had threw me for a loop. I'm like, so out here, they got teenage dope fiends? Like real ass, like waking up sick? I mean, I've seen motherfuckers try to sell weed and sell motherfuckers fucking rocks in a cereal box, that kind of shit, as a QP. And all this was for dope. To get more heroin. And see, me, I've seen heroin when I was a kid. I've always seen it in powdered form, like a beige, grayish. This shit was black, like tar. They called it tar. And they would smash it down with a spoon, put some, I want to say lactose, and make it where the shit was like beige. And these motherfuckers were doing these lines and passing this plate around like me and my boys in New York would pass around a blunt or a 40 when we was young. And I couldn't understand for the life of me why all these little motherfuckers is doing hop. So that's when me and Ty became best friends out here. I mean, where you seen him, you seen me, you seen me, you seen him, because it was like everybody was doing either heroin or before crystal. It was called crank. It was like dirty meth. And these motherfuckers would be have their little pipe, twisting their little pipe. I mean, this was like a dope fiend town. I mean, everybody was on something but me and Stick. It was fucking me up. I was like, so me and him would just branch off. We go to my grandma's house. We go to a broad's house. We go somewhere, but we get the fuck out of there. But we'd be on the block, and that was the little court block, and we'd be sitting on the fence, and we see the damnedest shit. I'm saying motherfuckers coming there selling anything. I remember this time where Rick had a fucking clean ass old school. I want to say it was a Seville on gold things and everything. Had the neighbor fix his car. And the neighbor was on, the same shit. Everybody in the whole neighborhood was on drugs. It was insane to me. In the whole apartment complex, everybody was on something. I mean, everybody. And it was nuts. Because I didn't even do anything. I ain't never had popped a pill or nothing yet. No powder, no nothing. Just weed and drink. Just weed and drink. And that shit blew my fucking mind. So the guy takes the car to fix the car. Now, this is an old school. So this motherfucker takes his car to Stockton, and he's waiting for his car, Rick waiting for his car to come back for like a whole day. So now he finally sees the OG who took his car at the house, but he doesn't see the car. Come to find out, this motherfucker went and traded his car for a whole bunch of heroin. His old school, a Seville, clean as fuck, on gold ones, white walls, everything. This motherfucker went over there, tried to smash on him, and it's just the shit. I mean, these motherfuckers were doing the illest shit. I seen a motherfucker come up with an ounce of crank. And I'm just gonna say, the OG, the rumor is, the legend is, he's knocked out a horse. This guy sees the thing, dude shows him the thing, fuck it, Fabian shows him the sack, he looks at it and knocks this fool straight out on the grass, puts it in his pocket, and goes in Rick's house, and they start partying. He starts selling it, they're partying, but everybody was on dope. I mean, you would see so many people get robbed, beat up, tricked. The motherfucker sold his car, traded his car for dope. I seen a motherfucker roll up with a brand new gun to the same legend who knocked out the horse. He's gonna show this dude the gun. And everybody know if you show him anything, he's probably gonna take your shit like Debo. And I'm talking about, he was the Debo of back then. I'm just gonna call him TM. TM was the Debo back then. So this motherfucker, dude that really didn't hang out here, he lived, I think, on the west somewhere. He also was growing trees, and we tried to jump his fence and take his plants one time. But he came over with a 357. Same shit. Showed him the gun. He took the gun and told him, you ain't getting the gun back. Don't ever, if you selling a gun, hand somebody a gun you don't know and try to sell him the gun without you having one on you and without you taking out all the bullets. So he just takes the gun, points it at him, and says, get the fuck out of here. So now, this is all in the same week. He then took the dude's gun, He the motherfucking knocked out Fabian for a whole zip, a crank. I mean, old man across the way took Rick's car to Stockton and sold his shit. And me and Stk is sitting on this fence just looking at all this crazy shit go by while we out here smoking a blunt. Smoking a Philly, chocolate Philly. I mean, we had our little 40s. St. Ives, that's what we did. And we would just sit back and watch all this crazy shit. I mean, I got so many stories in this little town of Tracy on Court Block. It is fucking hilarious. All the shit that we seen. I mean, motherfucker was knocking fools out for they dope. I mean, selling his old school, trading his shit in Stockton and Mariani's for some black is diabolical crazy, bro. I'm talking about this motherfucker Rick was flipping his top. I thought he was gonna kill that old man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he was gonna kill that old man. That motherfucker just sold his car. So after that, Rick had broke in the old man's house and stole hella shit. Jewelry, found the work, all kind of shit. And that's the only thing he can get back because he never got his car back. And somebody was riding around Stockton like a G because that motherfucking car was so fucking clean. We used to ride around town all day in that bitch for $2. And I'm going to tell you this. That's when gas was like 90-something cents. And we would ride, and Rick, he used to like the high side of his shit. He used to want to do about 7 miles an hour. And I'm in the back, Ty in the front. We smoking a joint, we smoking a blunt. We just riding around, all around town. Motherfuckers turning. We knocking bitches. We going back and forth at the liquor store, back and forth. That was his fucking car. I mean, we've did a lot of shit in that car, but the craziest thing is, the old man, he never moved. They would see each other every day. And it was like about, I want to say, from Rick's porch to the OG's porch, maybe 50 feet. Maybe a little bit more. No, maybe 100 feet tops. He would see him, yeah, motherfucker, I'm going to beat your ass. But he never got his motherfucking car back. And that's just a sample of the little shit that we seen. We seen a lot of shit, and I got story after story after story. But me and Stk, we stayed out of all that shit and just watched these fools get high, rob each other. I mean, they will rob each other like a motherfucker. And it was crazy to me because we sitting right there and we knew as soon as dude pulled out the zip, I knew it. His shit was getting took. I didn't know he was going to knock him out. Boom, right there on the grass and didn't leave. He woke up, he was dazed as fuck, and walked off. But that's the type of shit we used to see on the regular. Me and Stk stayed away from all that shit because we were the only two motherfuckers that wasn't on dope. Or crank, or any of that fucking shit. All these motherfuckers was on drugs. The youngsters, 13 years old, 12. Chop it. They come, chop it. I remember the motherfucker was so cold, a motherfucker had, his older brother had a car, and when they had hometown buffet at the mall, this motherfucker would have a plate with his shit chopped up already under his driver's seat. And on his lunch, he'd go out there and bust one down, and he was the cook. I'm talking about this shit was like, this shit would make the illest movie ever if that me and Stk just sat down and wrote a Court Block movie. This shit would be the illest shit you ever seen. Like, I mean, we seen it all. We've seen it motherfucking all. But OG taking his car, pretending he gonna go fix his car and coming back with a whole bunch of dope and no car was the illest shit. Then when Rick went and broke into his crib, stole all this gold jewelry, all the fucking, all the hair on back, because now dude started selling the shit. So now dude got the bundle. Now he's the supplier and living right across the street from the motherfucker he robbed and stole his car. Imagine somebody robbing you, going to get a bundle, re-upping on the shit you do, and selling the shit to your friends who he just robbed you for your car and traded your shit for dope. That's how crazy that shit was. That's how ill the shit was, and it was just comical because it was like a soap opera, but real, like rated R. Like, I'm talking about all kind of dope fiend shit, bitches doing scandalous shit. I mean, OGs doing scandalous shit. The people who we knew was even robbing each other. I mean, it was so cold that the brothers were robbing each other, fighting. You motherfucker. But going to work with a plate under your seat, already chopped down, ready to get down, is crazy. How you cooking and you nodding out? That's the shit I could not understand. How you could go to work and cook and be doing hair run. You ain't gonna burn yourself? You ain't gonna be nodding out of burner? You cooking. You in hometown. This is an all-you-can-eat buffet. So you doing multiple shit. How was you on hop and cooking all this food? Come home, the first thing the motherfucker do, take off his shirt and chop it. Come outside, roll him a joint, and we sit outside. Fucking flies everywhere. I mean, I never seen so many flies in my motherfucking life in front of this house on Court Block, in front of their house. I mean, there's been a lot of shit going on at that house. Police, fights, robberies, motherfuckers running trains on bitches. I mean, that house was crazy for all kind of wild shit. And a lot of time, Rick will be robbing motherfuckers and we didn't even know, and motherfuckers will be coming to the block looking for this motherfucker, and we be like ready to fight because they be ready to fight anybody because he just robbed motherfucker for $100, $200, or did worse shit. I mean, this shit was crazy. So I'm just gonna drop a little bit now. I got plenty of more of this shit in the vault. I just want to drop a little something, cause me and Ty, we stay out the way. Stick and me, we didn't fuck around with that shit, but we laughed our ass off. It was like me and him was like Cheech and Chong. We smoke weed all day, all morning, all night, drink our beer, and just trip on all the shit around us. I mean, it was crazy. Maybe one day I can get him on here and we could talk a little bit about Court Block, because that shit was the illest block in a little town that I ever seen, where you got little dudes doing hair run, and if you try to tell them something, they ready to fight with you. I'm like, well, you do you. You got family, you got brothers, you got mother, and if they allow you to be doing this shit, so be it. I just had to say my piece, because I'm like, yo, this little dude is doing hop. Oh, I'm sorry, black. They used to call it black. Crush it down on the plate. And these motherfuckers were professionals. They knew exactly how much to hit it with. And they were, man, I'm talking about, they be like, quarter palazo. They be go training and pull out fucking radio, decks, everything. Motherfuckers got rims, all kind of wild shit, man. I'm telling you, all guns, everything. Back then, the shit a motherfucker would come to with the block to try to sell, I'm talking about, they would come with big screen TVs, man. I'm talking about shopping carts. We had Kmart. These motherfuckers were going in Kmart, coming out with electronics, getting a fake receipt, showing the shit, and just walking out with like $600 to $1,000 worth of shit and selling it for dirt cheap. Selling it to all the Pisces. The Pisces be getting gold, fucking big screen TVs, all kind of shit. You would be like, what the fuck? I mean, it's crazy. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to be back on some more court block stuff. You got to hear these stories. Stk has got to get on here and talk with me because I remember shit, but he remembers shit too. So I might not remember some of the shit he does, and he might not remember some of the shit I do. But the shit that we seen will make you laugh and make you cry at the same time. So with that being said, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It won't cost you a dime. And like I tell you every time around this time, don't sleep on these little towns. These little towns will have you bugged out like, what the fuck did I just see? I didn't even see that shit in the Tenderloin. I didn't see it in the Bronx. I didn't see it in Harlem. I didn't see it when I was in shelters. Youngsters doing dope like that. 12 years old, 13. I've heard about it, but I've never witnessed it. And so I came to this little ass town in Tracy to stay with my grandma. It was crazy. It was insane. And we got more stories coming real soon. So with that being said, everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. And I will catch you guys on the flip side, player.